And we take you back to one of our leading stories. Police confirming that no arrests have been made yet in the shooting incident which claimed the life of one person and injuring two others at the Walter Sisulu University. This is the Mthatha campus. Police saying a student was gunned down in a student protest over the poor state of the residents. However, the university has dismissed these reports that suggesting that the deceased is not a student at the institution. For more on this story, joining me now is Brigadier Nobuntu Gantana. She is the Eastern Cape Police spokesperson. Brigadier Gantana, good evening to you and thank you very much for your time. Let's start with what you can tell us tonight about the circumstances that led to the death of a person at the Walter Sisulu students' residence.
Good evening once again, Xoli, to you and your viewers at home. We received a report that the students mobilized themselves on the morning, this was in the evening of Monday, whereby they were complaining about the state of their student residents, saying that the student residents are not in good condition, they are filthy and everything. So this morning, this is when the students then went to confront the residence manager to inform him and to complain to him about this. Yeah. So at this point, it is unclear as to when the shooting actually ensued, and this forms part of the investigation.
So the person who then fires a gunshot, is it assumed that it is that residence manager that fired the shot, and what would have led to him doing such?
There are allegations that it was the residence manager that shot the one student and injured the other. But police are still investigating this. They are currently with the preliminary investigation to ensure that all angles have actually been covered to ascertain as to exactly what transpired and who shot dead the student.
And I like the use of the word, you're still gathering all of the evidence. What do we know about the family of the residence manager? Because the claims are that his wife was struck with a stone and was subsequently taken to hospital. Are you learning the same, or is the story slightly different from your end?
The story has been relayed to SAPS as well, that the wife of the residence manager was hit with a hard object. They could not determine exactly what this hard object was, but they said that it was a hard object and she was taken to hospital and she has since been discharged from hospital.
Do police know at this stage, Brigadier, whether the person who died was a student at this institution? Because the university suggests that they do not know the identity of this individual.
At this point in time, the identity of the individual in terms of the name is known by the South African Police Service. But what we are still investigating as well is whether this particular individual was actually a student at the Walter Sisulu University at the time of his death. So that also forms part of the SAPS investigation.
Has anyone been arrested? I know that our introduction says you are saying no arrests have been made yet, but we have a deceased person now, Brigadier. Has anyone been arrested?
At the moment, no arrests have been made.
Reasons behind that?
The reasons behind that, as I mentioned earlier, is that the police are still busy with the preliminary investigation. So this will determine as to whether the said person is the one that actually shot the deceased learner.
The firearm used in this, is that in your possession at this stage?
I did not quite get that information from the team as they were still busy at the crime scene at the time when we started with the interview. So that's part of the information that I am going to get later when they give me a briefing about what has transpired from the preliminary investigation that they were conducting at the crime scene.
All right. And as I let you go, Brigadier, at this stage tonight, I would imagine that the students are quite angry. I noticed earlier in the day that there was a sizable police deployment outside the institution. Are those police officers going to remain at the institution? Are you worried simply about stability around the area of Walter Sisulu University?
Yes, Xoli, I could say that we are worried about the stability at the Walter Sisulu University. And as such, we will have our police officials that will be deployed there to ensure that law and order is maintained. Because as you know, as the South African Police Service, we are committed to ensuring that South Africans are and feel safe.
Thank you very much for your time. Nobuntu Gantana is the Eastern Cape Police spokesperson talking to us tonight.